Hello and welcome everybody to another Final Fantasy draft video. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are sitting at Platinum 1. We had a wonderful draft in the previous video where we went 7-0, I believe. Was it 7-0? Yeah, 7-0 with a really sweet 4 or 5 color towns deck. We had 1,000,000 towns and we had the Wandering Minstrel and it basically won us almost every game. It was an incredible run. Highly recommend checking it out. So, let's build on that trophy and go back to back here. Let's see if that's a possible thing. But before we head into this draft, just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of product just to crack open some packs, or you wanted some singles for your Modern, Standard, Pioneer, or even Commander decks, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, check out HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, they got it all. They actually have a new brand of curved sleeves that I also highly recommend checking out. HeavyPlay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. Also, they have a heavy convention presence. If you ever see their booth, tell them Paul sent you for 10% off in person as well. I think we're due. I keep saying this, but we keep failing. Are there just a lot of garbage rare? Like, there's a lot of really good rares in the set, but we've also, like, father to son. Come on, man. All right. Anyways, we're not going to take that. I'm not going to take Snowvilliers. Wow, this is overall a fairly weak pack, I want to say. At common, we have Summon Fat Chocobo and Balamti Rexar, which are both decent cards. And then at uncommon, there's Lionheart, but I don't want to first pick this. There's Lock Cole. So I guess for me, do I want to take Lock Cole or Summon Fat Chocobo? You know, I have been playing Dimir a lot recently. Summon Fat Chocobo is just a lot more flexible of a pick. I actually think they're somewhat close on power level. But let's take the Fat Chocobo just because I can go green-blue, green-black. Just a lot of different color combinations. And like I said, I've been making a lot of Dimir draft videos. So, you know, just trying to also, when it's close, try to provide a slightly different approach if possible. Pack 1, Pick 2 gives us Samurai Katana, which is by far the best card in this pack. Now, Gruul is generally considered one of the weaker color combinations, but heck, you know, why don't we explore it? I mean, there's another Fat Chocobo and there's a Vayne's Treachery at common as options, but I do think Samurai's Katana is a significantly better Magic card, and just because we first picked the Fat Chocobo doesn't mean that we are in green. But I could see the case, like I wouldn't take the Vayne's Stretch. I could see the case for a second Summon Fat Chocobo and just try to cut off green and start with 2 good green cards. I think that's also a totally legitimate place to be. But I'm going to take the Katana and just kind of see where this draft goes. Moving on to Pack 1, Pick 3, the commons are all kind of underwhelming. Crossroads Village would be the consideration here. But the best card in this pack is Sleep Magic. Rufus is also alright, but this is just a really solid, efficient removal spell and something that I'd be happy playing if I do end up in blue, so why don't we just take that? Right now, we're just kind of taking the quote-unquote best cards and kind of seeing where things go, and hey, look, that's another Sleep Magic. Starting Town is a decent mana fixer, Colosseum Behemoth can be okay, but I do think Sleep Magic is definitely better than all these other cards. Alright, so maybe blue's open, just like a couple of Sleep Magics here. I don't mind, again, I don't mind a Behemoth either as a consideration. I don't know if blue-red is where we need to be though, just because oftentimes you need a lot of the good blue-red uncommons to really have your blue-red decks succeed. But it does feel like I want to be blue, given I have the 2 Sleep Magics. Moving on to Pack 1, Pick 5, this is definitely a weaker pack. There's Giote if I wanted to move into red-white, but given that I have the 2 Sleep Magics, I don't think I want to do that. At common, we have Scorpion Sentinel, Hectize, and potentially Gungaga, if I do want to maybe look into some kind of a Teamer shell. But I don't even think I'm that interested in taking this town right now. Hectize is also a fine option, but I think I'm just going to take a Scorpion Sentinel. This is not the most exciting pick, but I do think, you know, this just lets me continue cutting off blue. And I don't mind this card if I do end up in a blue-red deck or a blue-green deck. I just really like Scorpion Sentinel in general, so I'm just going to take it here. Moving on to Pack 1, Pick 6, this is another pack that's got Hectize and a fairly late Sir Conrad. Not seeing a whole lot of green. Well, I guess we're seeing a red-green card. Not seeing a whole lot of red, so maybe there's a world where we do end up potentially a blue-green deck. I don't know. There's just like nothing really that I'm that interested in here. You know what? I'm going to take the Rydia here on the speculation. If I do end up like blue-red splash green or blue-green splash red, certainly with Summon Fat Chocobo, this can be a cool combination. Now, this was a highly speculative pick and something that's very unlikely to make it into my deck. All right, here, pack 1, pick 7, there's Vaughn. If I do decide to pivot back into red-green, this would be very good. It's also fine in blue-red. Now, specifically in blue-red, Retrieve the Esper could potentially be a better card, but I'm just going to take the Vaughn here. So that is a late Vaughn. Very, very happy to see that. So perhaps red is a place to be, but it's weird because I'm like blue-red, but I don't have anything that cares about expensive spells. So that's a little bit of an awkward spot to be in. I don't really care about Sage's Noliths or the Merchant all that much. There's also a Blitzball. I think I might need... This might be a Blitzball deck. Like, I might just need some mana fixing here. So let's take this and see where this goes. Moving on to pack 1, pick 9. Man, this is just a really rough pack overall, I will say. There's a Laughing Mad and a Rook Turret. I don't really care for this blue-white town, I don't think. I guess I'll take Laughing Mad if I do end up in a very, very bad spells deck. I'm not sure. Pack 1, pick 10 is really interesting, though, because there's still a Crossroads Village and a Syncopate in the pack. I do like Syncopate, but this could also be a deck that really wants Crossroads Village. Not going to take the Tidus. All right, I'm going to take the Crossroads Village here because I think, given how messy this draft is looking right now, I think there is a reasonable chance... Okay, Blazing Bomb table, that's good. There's a reasonable chance that I am going to look to play a third color, and if that's the case, then... having the Crossroads Village is good. But, you know, at the same time, you could make the argument to take Syncopate just because it looks like I might be short on playables. And if that's the case, then certainly then I don't want the Crossroads Village, right? I just want playables because I have what? I have 6 cards that I like in like a blue-red shell, even though we don't have any 4 mana value matters cards so far. Here, pack 2, pick 1. There's an Ignis if I want it to be blue-green. There's a Poo Poo UFO, there's a blue-green land, there's a Regalia. I'll just take it. I mean, even in blue-red, it is a 4-mana, it does trigger my 4-mana stuff. It gets me a land, and I'm not a believer in GF Cerberus. Right now, I literally have no spells to copy it either. So this is a card that will go in all of my decks, and let's see where this goes. Another Ignis Scientia, so could have had 2 of those. There is, however, a Tella. I don't even think this card's that good, but it's one of those, like, I need a way to win. And this is, if it doesn't die, it's a really good top-end threat. So why don't we take the Tella here? And maybe this is going to give us some direction. Feels like I'm going to be off of green here. It's another Samurai's Katana. Warrior Sword triggers like the Blazing Bomb, but Samurai's Katana is just a fantastic Magic card. You don't need to build around it. You just put it in your deck, and then you profit. That's what you do with Samurai's Katana. All right, moving on to pack 2, pick 4. We have... There's an Absolute Virtue. I mean, it's either that or Light of Judgment, right? All right, let's go for it. Now I wish I took that blue-white land. All right, Hill Gigas might also be... All right, okay. Let's dodge the green here, and now we're like... Maybe a blue-red deck? Maybe a blue-red deck splashing Absolute Virtue, trying to go long. So now I'm definitely going to be looking for some card draw here and summon, what is it? The 4-mana Call the Mountain Chocobo, just to make sure that I can hit my land drops to get to the Absolute Virtue. The Regalia also helps out significantly for this type of deck. Pack 2, pick 5. This is card draw, but I don't know how many towns I'm going to have, and I could still also use Interaction. So this is not the card draw spell that I'm really looking for. So I'm going to actually take Ice Magic. I do think this card is a premium spell in blue-red spells. And I do think it's actually, in general, better than Travel the Overworld, in blue-red at least. All right, so let's take the Ice Magic. You know, let's get some combat tutorials, Dreams of Laguna, cards of that nature. That would be nice. This is Ignis Scientia number 3. It's a little bit sad to see that. This doesn't really feel like a particularly strong Poo-Poo UFO deck, and I actually don't really like Brainstorm very much. So I actually think this is a good opportunity to just go ahead and take a red-white land here, just to try and make sure that we can splash the Absolute Virtue. Ice Magic is a nice late pickup here. That's a really late Dragoon's Lance as well. But there was not really too many indications that white was super open in pack 1. Had I seen some late Dragoon's Lances, white Aura Sights, or Magitech Infantries, I would have potentially considered that as a color combination. But look, I mean, at the very least, getting an Ice Magic like 5th, 6th, and 7th, and then a Call the Mountain Chocobo pick 8, like I am very, very happy about that. So we are building up nicely to get to a deck that looks to play Absolute Virtue at the top end of the mana curve. We do have some cheap interaction. I'm still missing early plays. Like, I need more early plays, and I need card draw. That's what I'm looking for. So here is a blue-green land, or there's something like a Monk's Fist. I guess I'll take Monk's Fist over the blue-green land here. At this point, I'm so much more likely to splash the Absolute Virtue that Monk's Fist I will have to play if I do need a 2-mana play. Here we'll take Light of Judgment. Given how this draft is going, probably going to play it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Actually, this is 15 cards. All right, I'll play Warrior Sword. I mean, it's a 4-mana card. I think it's better than the world map here. It is definitely the weaker of the 4-mana trigger your things options. Also, right now, we only have Blazing Bomb that cares about 4-mana value cards. So, not really a Hill Gigas fan. Also, the Vaughn helps us splash too. I mean, ideally, like, I don't have to play these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, that's another Monk's Fist. All right, you know what? I'm going to hide them for now. I'm not a big Laughing Mad believer either. But if I need some way to filter through my deck, it is... Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I'm taking this Memories Returning. I do think it's more important than this Prompto Argentum. I think it's just a better card. Now, it is certainly more expensive, and I do need cheap things. But I feel like I need my first big card draw spell more than anything, and Memories Returning basically just makes it so that we can enact our game plan of trying to go late and be ahead on a bunch of cards. So let's take Memories Returning here. Moving on here to pack 3, pick 2. Another Dragoon's Lance, but nothing in blue or red that I like here. It's a little bit unfortunate. So sadly, I think I'm just taking a blue-red land here. I don't really want to take a Merchant second pick. I'd be much more comfortable taking the Baron here and set myself up for the easier Absolute Virtue splash. All right, pack 3, pick 3. Here we go. Sahagin, considerably better card than Summon Brynhildir, in my opinion, especially in the blue-red deck. You know, if my next 3 picks were Sahagins, I would be happy. So let's take this one here. All right. Pack 3, pick 4. How is it possible to just see a pack that has literally no playables? I could take Magic Damper as a way to protect these 2 creatures. Again, I don't really think I'm interested in playing a 4th color, so I don't know that I want to speculate on Gungaga. Haste Magic is very bad in this deck. Oh, there's also Summon Primal Garuda. I feel like Magic Damper is a card I can get for free, and this could be a good... Maybe I can play this as a defensive card. No, I'm just going to take the Damper. I just think it's more likely that it makes my deck. All right, here we'll take the Wyvern. I'm going to just tell people. I'm going to say Wyvern, and then I'm going to say Wyvern. You are just never going to know what I'm going to say here. But yeah, I mean, like, obviously, in a lot of instances, I'm not going to be able to wait till I have 9 mana. But if I slam this and they don't find an answer, and I do have Magic Damper, like, they basically can't win the game. So, you know, trying to build into some kind of a combo deck could be interesting. Okay, well, that's an easy counterspell here. Love that. Yeah, so very, very happy about the Memories Returning, and given what I'm seeing here so far, the Laughing Mad might make its way into the deck. I do love Sorceress's Schemes as well. I don't have a ton of cheap things to get back. Ooh, I'll take Eject over Warrior Sword. There's a Resentful Revelation and Town Greeter in this pack as well. So still continuing to see expensive things, but the Prompto Argentum tabled. So this tells me that like blue-red as an archetype, like blue-red specifically, maybe not blue, mono-blue or mono-red, but blue-red was open, but we just did not see too many of the uncommons, which is a little bit unfortunate. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Another Blitzball or the Merchant. I guess I'll take a Merchant. I could use a 3-drop here. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it, though. Not a Freya deck. I don't think I need a blue-black town. I guess I'll take another Merchant. I mean, I'm probably not playing them, to be honest. I don't even know how many cards this is. Sage's Nolets. Okay. So, I mean, a lot of different options as far as us looking into, we can make decisions based on our mana curve and all kinds of different things. So let's take a look at this and see where we are. Yeah, I mean, our curve is super high. Don't think I need Helgigas. I hate GF Ifrit. I'm going to play the Blitzball just because we're splashing here, I think. Sage's Nolets is certainly better than Monk's Fist. I'm going to put all the maybe cards here on the right. I mean, even the Blitzball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alrighty. Let's cut the Monk's Fists. Let's cut the Magic Damper. I think. Here, let's do it like this, actually. Just because my deck just looks so odd. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 2-mana creatures. Lots of top end. And we still need to cut a bunch of cards. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, let's just cut the Merchants. I mean, I like the Merchants in a lot of different decks, but I think I have enough 3s here. Like, if I consider this as, if I consider my curve is obscene. 3.1, but that doesn't tell you half the story. Like, look at this. Like, Ice Magic is also a 4-mana play, so I just don't know that this type of deck has the ability to cast Laughing Mad, honestly. It's just like, it's already so expensive. So I think it's between one of these two cards, and given that I'm trying to ramp into Absolute Virtue, I think I'll take the Blitzball here, noting that, yes, I do recognize that I don't have that much stuff to do early, but if you count the Counterspell, I mean, that is 7 things that I can play early for interaction. And then the Blitzball I can use to kind of ramp and potentially let me double spell, get to Light of Virtue, or the Tella a turn earlier as well. And it's on the splash, so... And it's something I can play on 3. So why don't we try this? I will say, this deck is very clunky. I'm going to look to play against slower decks with this. And if not, then I can absolutely get run over. All right, let's take a look at our mana here. 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9 blue sources. And then 6, 7, 8, 9 red sources. With Counterspell in my deck and Memories Returning, let's go one more island and cut a mountain here. So this gives us 10 blue and 8 red, which I think is totally fine for what we have here. And then we still have the Blitzball. I mean, I could even potentially cut the plains here and use Rabanaster, Crossroads Village, and Blitzball just to make sure that I can cast my red spells as well. Maybe that's correct. I also have a Vaughn that can make... yeah, I actually think I'm going to do that. No plains. I just really want to be able to play like the Argentums, Blazing Bombs, Katanas on curve as well. So why don't we do this? And just noting that when we do draw Crossroads Village, that we really would like to be able to name white if possible. And we're playing the Blitzball. All right, let's give this a whirl. All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Access to the Patreon will give you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to join an awesome community that's very helpful in helping you up your limited game. 2 blue cards, and, well, I did add a red source. No plane, so I can't blame that. But I can't keep this, unfortunately. And there's an Absolute Virtue that I'm going to ship straight to the bottom. I mean, you know, if I draw a mountain, this hand isn't bad at all. And I did add a mountain to my deck, so... Alright, well, I'm going to have to name red here. And play it, so that next turn I can play Captain Lannery Storm. Hopefully they can't play... Ugh. Well, I guess instead of Captain Lannery Storm, I'm going to play Samurai's Katana. The way that I look at this is most likely they're going to go land attack me. And then I can play Lannery Storm and attack, hopefully. Because this can't block very well. Unless they play a second creature to double block. Oh, it's a Chocobo kick. Okay. Fair enough. That was a very good turn for them. They even got their tap land going. Let's play Captain Lannery Storm. I'm not going to use the treasure here. I would much rather fire off Regalia or play Memories Returning, depending. Like, if they kill my Vaughn, okay. That's a Namazu Trader. And yeah, so now we're going to get Regalia going. Like, presumably... Wow! That surprises me. So I can play Regalia, but it would just trade with their creatures and get me a land. So I think, honestly, let's just play Memories Returning here. I don't care about anything else. I just want the land. Let's take the cheaper card. They gave me another cheap card, which is fine because I have a lot of expensive cards. Now the question is, do I want to trade the Vaughn here for one of their creatures? I think the answer is no. Like, it does give me a treasure. If they block the trader, then this trades with the trader. But I'm gonna relax here. Gubu Gardener, okay. Developing their board. And another greens. Okay. Sure. I'll take it. Alright, now we get to play the Regalia, which is very nice. And the question is, do I want to trade Vaughn for a Chocobo? It does get me a treasure. Sure. Okay. They're at 10. And we have generated a lot more mana, which is very nice. No lands for our opponent. I mean, this is a lot of damage, but keep in mind they're also at 10 life, so this is a really, really interesting game here. It can go back and forth. They're leaving mana up, so this tells me that they probably have Sephiroth's Intervention as the card that they're playing here. So in that case, I am actually not going to attack here. And my plan here is to just play a million things, okay? I'm just setting up here. I'm just setting up. So we're playing a million things, and we're just going to pass because I think they have removal. And we're just going to chill. Look at that. They just literally wasted 4 mana, right? They literally wasted 4 mana. Next turn, we play a 4 mana card and we just get to absolutely go off, right? We have Argentum, Sahagin, and Blazing Bomb in play. And now, if they want to attack me with the Trader, I can crew and make them use the intervention on their turn. And then next turn, I can attack them back for a whole lot of damage. Esper Origins, sure. Right. Does gain them a lot of life. They can even flash it back here, so that is certainly a concern. They just can't attack because I have a 1/4 in play. Okay. Alright, so yeah, they do have the intervention. I'm going to make them use the treasure here. I actually would rather them kill this than have them flashback Esper Origins. They're going to kill it. Yep. Yeah, so this is all kind of going according to plan. They're at 14 life. I can trade here if I absolutely want to. Just if I don't want to take a bunch of damage. It seems okay. Like, I'm certainly blocking this, right? And the question is, at 7 life, can I really afford to block? And I think the answer is no. And then the question becomes, would I rather get a treasure here or a bigger blazing bomb? I think the answer in general is a treasure. All right. Get a mountain. And then, let's see. Can play said land. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess I didn't have lethal anyways. Oh, 12, 13? Ooh, I was very close, actually. I'm wondering if I should pick this up. I think I will. I'm not going to be able to use the mana in a meaningful way here. In fact, I should have done it the other way. Yeah, I should have done it the other way. I should have gotten back the Memories Returning if this was my line. Alright, anyways. We're at 5 life, or we're at 7 life. We can block. We have a really, really nice board here. And 4, 5, 6, okay. I actually have a really fun play where I can go Samurai's Katana plus Memories Returning. Oh, never mind. They have a Chocobo kick. Okay. Fair enough. Undercity Dire-Rat. Okay. I don't know that they're in a position to attack here. Okay, that's good for us. All right. Let's lead things off with a Memories Returning here and see what we get. Light of Judgment, Ice Magic, and Absolute Virtue. Oh my gosh, I could have cast the Absolute Virtue. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I could have cast the Absolute Virtue this turn, so... Yeah, I mean, not my finest work, I'm gonna say. What can I get back with Sorceress's Schemes? Probably the Ice Magic, honestly. Yeah, so even that, like, minor misstep might cost me here. They're at 5. This should be enough to kill this. I basically want them to get... I want to get their life total as low as possible here. Getting them to 1 means that my Samurai's Katana can get them on the following turn. Now, they do have the ability to Xanarkand, and it would be, what, a 7/7? But even if they do that, I can Sorceress Schemes the Ice Magic back, and then just bounce the token. Oh, it's a 6/6. Okay, so this is just very straightforward here. Let's kill this. All right. Definitely didn't play my best in this match, but I will say, you know, the one thing we did well was play around the Sephiroth's intervention on the Regalia. But I think the couple turns before, I should have mapped out my turn a little bit better. Another thing is, honestly, I could have just taken the Absolute Virtue, and my opponent would have been forced to give me the other removal spell anyways. And so I think that might have also been better, where I go take Virtue, they take away a removal spell, then I cast the other removal spell, and then I can still play Absolute Virtue on the following turn. So gotta clean it up. Gotta clean it up. Sometimes you wake up refreshed, because I'm doing this in the morning, and like everything's ticking, and today there might be a little bit of fog. A little bit of brain fog, okay? On the play here, turn 3 Wyvern, and we do have the Regalia, so hopefully we can draw land number 4 here to get that going. Actually, I just realized, is this an 18-land deck? It could be. Ooh, this is interesting. Katana versus Wyvern is very interesting. I'm going to play the Wyvern. It's close, I think. This gets in for more damage immediately, but the thing is, if I miss my land drop, I can still play this. If I do hit my land drop, I get in for more damage, potentially, because I can Regalia... No, I still get in for 1 less, but... Anyways, I think this might be better. We'll see. Certainly good against a removal spell. Okay, this was better. Okay, land! Untap land! Come on! Yes! I'm so happy! I'm so happy! Oh, the Wyvern play worked out. Alright, got a mountain there. And hopefully they don't have another suplex. But, hey, we already got our land out of the exchange here. They do have another suplex. But you know what? We're up a card there. We can't be too sad. Alright, here I think Blitzball into Katana makes a lot of sense. Next turn we're going to have access to 7 mana potentially with Call the Mountain Chocobo. Phantom Train. Okay. Oh. Think this is a good opportunity to fire off Memories Returning. I will put Light of Judgment and 2 islands into my hand. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can play it next turn. I can play it next turn. I don't want to... I really do not feel like trading my 3/3 for a Tonberry. Which is why I didn't attack, because they can sack the Tonberry. I do have the Light of Judgment next turn, so I can make that attack. Also, I don't really need to fire off this Absolute Virtue just yet. They certainly could have lots of removal. Oh my gosh. Ouch. That was painful. I guess I'll take 7. Well, at least they didn't threaten my Absolute Virtue. So I have access to 8 mana here, right? So I can play 2 things at 7 life. I think that's generally better than Light of Judgment, but what am I going to do? Just keep up Light of Judgment and never cast it, right? So I think this is... It's hard. It's also hard to envision dying, just straight up dying here. So... They have 4 cards in hand, and yeah, I mean, this is one of those, like, I hope you use all your removal. I really do. Town Greeter, okay. Wow, so they're like... Baron? What are you? Golgari? No, they're Jund towns. Okay. They missed their double Vincent's Limit Break. Okay. So at most, they can make it an 8/8, which is actually very good. So I can make them, I guess, sack their entire board, and then lean on this Absolute Virtue. Alternatively, they can just sack, like... They don't have to do anything. They can just be happy with that trade, honestly. Alright, well, you know what? I'm just happy not taking a bunch of damage here, so... Alright, well... This is the moment of truth. They have 3 cards in hand, and the question is whether or not I believe that I'm going to be able to survive the next turn. I mean, if I had other good options, I would go with it, right? The problem is the Light of Judgment doesn't even kill the Phantom Train. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have access to 9 mana. And I feel like flashing back Memories Returning just puts myself in a position where I can die. Alright, I'm going to pass for 1 turn here and see what happens. Cloud of Darkness, okay. I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead. This is 9 damage coming in. Cloud of Darkness was perfect because it was a permanent that also killed my thing. So maybe I was supposed to play the Virtue. God, I'm such a coward. I'm such a coward. Alright, we're at 1. We're at 1. I will attempt to kill the train. Alright. I mean, my opponent, you know, didn't go for it. I am thankful. I feel so cowardly. Let's hope they don't have a kill spell. 2 cards. Shambling Seath. Okay. Oh my gosh. Alright, here we go. Alright, they're at 4. Let's draw a card. Alright. What you got? Yes! Oh, man. Oh, I should have gone for it the turn before. What was I thinking? Oh, man. Okay. Like I said, brain fog. Oh, my gosh. How horribly can Paul play Magic and still win? That might be the theme for this video. And that's the thing, you know, like sometimes I know you're watching this to hopefully maybe improve in Limited, but sometimes you can just laugh. Okay, we can all laugh together. All right? I never claim to be a perfect player. I never will. I try my best today. I'm not even playing at my best, but you know what? We're at least having some fun. Okay, opponent on the play here. We have all of our colors. We have a Sahagin, a Katana, and a Light of Judgment. Happy enough with this. Ooh. Counterspell makes things very interesting. I actually think I'm going to lead with Crossroads Village on blue here over the Rabinaster. See what they play. Granted, like, I'm probably not leaving up Counterspell for a while. Okay, Sage's Noliths means I can go Island Sahagin. The reason why I do this is maybe there's a world where I want to keep up Counterspell next turn. Although, let's be real, most likely I keep up the Samurai's Katana. Alright, what do they have here? Dragoon's Wyvern. Okay. They don't have a good attack. That is a Blitzball. Alright, let's attack. So the Blitzball was actually reasonable because what I can do next turn is play Blitzball and keep up Counterspell. And I'm okay with this too, just like clearing up the board is also fine by me just because like my deck is looking to go long for the most part. And so my opponent actually decided not to block, which I think was the correct line. Alright, so this is a big turn. Shields down, they're on the play. 2-drop, 3-drop. What can they play? That is a Sid. Oof, yikes. That is big damage coming in. And now, like, I don't want to attack with my Katana, right? So I have to use the Light of Judgment on the Sid. But I'm taking 5 damage. That is a Sleep Magic, which I think I'm going to hold off on. Let's go Blitzball here and keep up Counterspell. The question here is whether or not I should look to trade my Samurai's Katana creature for their Sage's Noliths just to keep my life total high, right? Like if I take 5, that is kind of a concern. I can certainly put Sleep Magic on the Wyvern, right? Just to kind of slow things down. So we'll see what happens. No, because I have Light of Judgment, right? Granted, I probably want to use Light of Judgment. I probably want to use Light of Judgment on the Sid, though. So yeah, let's just, you know what? Like I said, we're the defensive player. Let's try to keep our life total high. This is obviously, in general, a very, very poor trade for me. But I'm going to go for it here. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Really, really solid curve start-wise. Okay, well, certainly that's not resolving. So do they have like a magic damper or something? Oh, Regalia. Kind of don't want to do that, though. They were so careful about their mana tapping, though. That's what makes this really awkward. I think... I mean, none of this is like a good spot to be in, but I'm gonna go with the Light of Judgment line here and hope that it works. Playing around Magic Damper. The reason being is if they have Magic Damper, it's so good against Sleep Magic, right? To the point where I would rather have them counter the Light of Judgment so that the Sleep Magic can resolve. Right? So that's what I'm going to do. And like I said, it feels extremely likely that they have Magic Damper here. But, I mean, obviously if they don't, then I'm looking golden anyways. So, and they're stuck on land, so they have to use it on their turn. There's just like a lot of reasons, I think, to fire it off now. Wow. Okay. The fact that it worked, I'm pleasantly surprised. Very happy about this. Take 2. 4 cards in hand. This is certainly a lot worse when you're like on the back foot, right? So, is this legendary? Oh, it is. Oh, this is actually really good for me, in the sense that they're not adding more to the battlefield. Now, this was a really good Memories returning, so I don't like that part about this. They're going to take Stuck in Summoner Sanctum, I think. Wow, they have triple Wyvern. Their deck is really good. So they're going to get 2 spells and a land. Okay, well. So they took the Wyvern, sure. Wow, okay. They actually took the threats over the creature, which I don't mind. I don't mind. Warrior Sword and Regalia. Yeah, let's get the Regalia going. Okay. All right, and let's crack this. Let's play this, tap this down, keep our life total high. 3, 4, 5. I guess I could have saved it to make a 1/1, but I think I'd rather just take 2 less damage here, honestly. But Tella is a nice one. Okay, Dragoon's Wyvern. Astrologian's Planisphere, maybe? Could just be a bounce spell, honestly, if they don't play it here. Or a removal spell on Sahagin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4. I mean, it seems like it's Fate of the Suncrist, right? I think I want to do it this way. And I know that they can kill my Tella. But... Wait, do they have another Stuck in stuff? Wow. Okay. Alright, so now do I want to trade 3 damage for 4 damage? It's like, do I have the tools to kill my opponent? Or will I be able to find it in time? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait here because I just feel like adding an extra turn is really good for me, right? Letting me utilize the resources that I get from the Tella seems worthwhile. Me keeping the Sahagin back so that the tokens can't attack me. I think that's worth it. Really, really tight game. If 4 more mana was spent, draw 2 cards. If 8 or mana, sacrifice, okay. Okay, they're spending mana. Okay, so they're going to hit me for 3 in the air. Fair enough. That's fine. Alright, so Warrior Sword. Oh! I don't think I can die next turn, so why don't we go with this first? Draw a bunch of cards, get a bunch of triggers. Okay. Samurai's Katana. Tap you down. Wow. Was that a good turn? And now I don't mind. I don't care if the Tella dies. The damage has been done. The damage has been done. And I don't have a spell in my hand anyways. And I have a katana that I can equip. I got in for 1,000,000 damage. What a turn. Tella, you know, it's very fragile. But when you get to untap with it, look at what just happened. We drew 2 cards. We made 3 1/1s. Fantastic, fantastic turn here for us. Now, they could still have Magic Damper. Magic Damper for 4 damage. Planisphere, move, 5 damage. And then like a pump spell or something. Yeah, I mean, like like Magic Damper plus the You're Not Alone would do it. White Aura Sight. Okay, well, it's a really good thing that I did not play out the Absolute Virtue, because this ended up being much, much better for us. I mean, they're at 6 life. All I need to do is just attack with all of my things. Gaelic Cat. Okay. I mean, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have access to 9 mana, so I can't do both. But if I put the Katana on the Sahagin, that turns this into a 6-power Trampler. And if they... So 9 trample damage. Yeah, this is just lethal. This is also Trampler. So if they block here, they die. Yeah. Alright. Didn't even have to play the Virtue. But they had a really nice blue-white deck. But we got to untap with Tella, and boom! Welcome to Diamond, folks! Diamond 4. Diamond 4. We are now sitting at 2-0, I think? No, 3-0. Alright, we'll take it. Let's win some more matches. Opponent on the play, 3 islands and a bunch of red cards. This happened previously. I mulliganed, and I will do it again. I'm not happy about it, though. I'm going to keep this hand. This hand doesn't really care so much for a Blitzball, so I'm just going to bottom it. Like, the reason being is if I draw a 3rd land, like, my hand's completely unlocked anyways, and all my cards feel better. Alright, blue into the Pixie. Huh? Damn, I was kind of hoping they would block. Alright, give me a land here. Give me an untap land. Please. Untap land, please. Alright, they kept on top. Dimir control, and we drew the land. Oh, but they kept a bunch of mana up. So now it's just like, what can they have? What do I want to play around? The issue here is I don't really have a great follow-up here. I guess I'll play the Katana. The reason being here is that next, like, I can play Vaughn into Sleep Magic if they, like, find a way to kill my Katana somehow. Wow, they actually had nothing, which is obviously great for me. Corner by Black Mages. Ooh. Let's get in there. Let us get in there. Maximize our damage. Absolute Virtue, okay. Honestly, I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna use the mana for the Sleep Magic here. I'd much rather try to be able to, like, fire off the Ice Magic or Sleep Magic or cast Memories Returning. If they play a big thing, I can tap it down somehow, some way. So I think those are all better lines. Right. Alright. Smart on my opponent for choosing not to attack that turn. Alright, now I will use Sleep Magic here. And then I will use Ice Magic here. Okay. All right, opponent's at 5. Come on, busted 3 mana red cards. Okay, and we got it done. Wow. I will certainly take it here. Man, Vaughn was insane. Boom. All right, that was a quick one. After the mulligan, that absolute virtue. I feel like we do draw it every game. Obviously, that wouldn't have done much in that game. But we are 4-0 with this. Happy about that. Didn't think we would potentially have this record given how wonky the draft felt. But we are 4-0, and let's keep it going. All right, opponent on the play here. Sure, I'm going to keep this. Yeah, I'm going to just play this for red. Look, the way I look at it is like, you don't need to play Counterspell turn 2. Let's just play out Blazing Bomb here into Katana, into then keep up some combination of Ice Magic plus Counterspell. Grixis Control. Ooh, Cornered by Black Mages is a nice one. I'm going to play the Wyvern here. The main reason to do so is to play around another Corner by Black Mages. Usually when I see people playing this, they come in multiples. Circle of Power, sure. All right, never mind. My opponent is going to out-control me, for sure. Attacking with a wizard would be quite bad, in my opinion. All right, let's just put pressure on them here. All right, opponent's at 12 already, so they have 2 threats that they need to deal with. I have an Ice Magic for potentially whatever blocker that they might play. And then if I get to untap and they don't kill anything, then of course I also have Counter Spell. I think that was better than just like passing and making attacks with these 2 creatures. Like, I do feel like I'm the aggressor in this matchup based on how the games have been going, based on how the game has been going so far. Cornered by what did I say about Cornered by Black Mages? They just come in multiples, you know? They're keeping up Counterspell? Sure. I mean, I don't really... Like, these chump, but, like, we're totally fine here. Now, keeping up double blue is an indication that they're trying to represent Counterspell, but they could also just easily not have it. I can also move the Katana over to the Wyvern if they kill my Katana. Don't you have another one? Oh, Sephiroth's Intervention? I mean, it felt like they could have it. It's just like Counterspell's not super common of a card to have, you know what I mean? So it's like, if they have it, they have it. Good beats. Like, I'm taking a bunch of damage. So be it, right? Alright, so now things are certainly getting dangerous. Like, to the point where I'm not feeling good about this spot. But I will continue playing on. Like, yeah, this is just like... a hand that's really, really hard for me to deal with if they just keep playing a bunch of spells. They are at 7 life, though, right? So it's just more like, can your hand get better than triple removal spell, counter spell into a bunch of these pingers? We'll see. Nice. This is ridiculous. I mean, whatever. Okay. Sure. I go to 8? Holy cow. Okay. They have 2 cards in hand. I mean, there's only one play. Like, I die to 2 spells no matter what, because they can hit me for 2 with the Quistis. If they kill the Wyvern, I'm also dead. Yeah, I mean... Yep. I mean, this is just like the absolute nuts blue-black control deck. Do I have like a 2-mana flyer? Maybe they just don't play any spells for the rest of the game. What's the chances of that happening? I mean, if they literally have no spells, I win. Right? But they would have to have literally no spells. Okay, 2 cards in hand. No Marlboro, no spells. Alright, Marlboro gets it done. Alright. Well, I mean, that was certainly a game where I couldn't do anything. So, solid Dimir control deck, lots of tokens. I got close, but not quite good enough. They just had 1 too many interactive spells. So we're 4-1. Let's keep going. Alright, we're getting paired against some gamers here. We have playing against a rank 6 opponent now, and this is another mulligan. This is like mulligan number 4, I think, in this run. But we'll keep going. We're 4-1 still, so it's not too bad. Gonna keep this and bottom the Virtue again. And I have a turn 2 Sahagin and need a bunch of lands. Alright, that's 1. Need 1 more land. I'm playing against a blue-red opponent. I have yet to play against like an aggressive opponent. Alright, well there is the land, so certainly happy about that. And hopefully this Memories Returning resolves. Scorpion Sentinel, okay. There's nothing you can do for 1 blue, right? Like, basically nothing. Oh, Sleep Magic. Sure. Okay. Four cards in hand for the opponent. I'm going to actually just go Sahagin into Sleep Magic. That's funny. And then see where this takes us. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Retrieve the Esper is certainly a good one. Shutting down the Sahagin is obviously very good for us. And gonna just fire off the Memories Returning. Try to hit some lands. Let's see. What do I want the most? Eject seems very good here. I don't really care about Prompto Argentum. So now they're going to have to choose between Counterspell and Samurai's Katana, I think. I think they probably are going... They're probably going to bottom the Counterspell. Would be my guess. Oh, the Katana. I mean, I'm just going to take the land. They're going to give me Argentum, which is fine. Like, the thing is, if they know about Counterspell, it's also not particularly strong. So, yeah. Play the land, and they have 3 cards, 2/4, 3/3. I'll chill. Like, yes, they could have a removal spell for the Sahagin, but if they want to, like, spend their turn to use the removal spell, I welcome that, so that maybe I can try to go off here with the Tella. But at the same time, I'm also okay next turn going Wyvern plus Argentum and trying to just, like, grind through their interaction, right? Like, if they had a Thunder Magic here, or even an Ice Magic, it would be pretty tempting to just fire it off on the Sahagin and hit me for 4. So, we'll see. They're 2 lands away from being able to turn the Scorpion Sentinel into a 4/4. Okay, well, we're just going to block. You know what would be horrible for me? Fire Magic for 1. Yeah, did not expect a Magic Damper. Fair enough. 2 cards in hand for the opponent. Let's see what they got. Nothing. Wow. So for 4 mana, they didn't play anything that turn. Okay. The Scorpion Sentinel is scary. I'm happy just trading here. Because eject I can use on the big retrieve the Esper token. Ooh, that is a sleep magic though. They have 2 cards in hand, so... No, I'm not going to get crazy here. Let's eject the token here. I just think it's very strong. And then let's put this to sleep, because it's going to get big anyways. And let's attack. I think they have a counterspell. So I want them to use it here. Okay, well, I guess they don't have one. There's no way you, like, just save a counterspell and let the Wyvern resolve, right? So, let's just go with that. Oh my freaking gosh. That is insane. That is the best fire magic I've ever seen in my life. Did you see that? They 5-for-1'd me. They 5-for-1'd me with sleep magic. That is absurd. I was up so many cards. Oh my goodness, what a blowout. I mean, not much you can do against that, right? Like specifically that card is just very, very good against me. Oh my goodness. You know, look, when stuff like that happens, like, all you can do is just smile. Like, yeah, good beats. You got me. Fire magic is the best answer to sleep magic, and I drew both of them, and my opponent wiped out my entire board. Like, when stuff like that happens, all you can do is just appreciate, like, a very rare thing that happens in Magic. It happened to us, unfortunately, but it was still sweet. Like if I was watching myself play that game, I'd be like, wow, blowout. But it was at my expense. Man, I was feeling so good, too. That's how you get to rank 6, I guess. Okay, anyways, let's see. Take a look at this hand. I'm going to keep this. Let's go Crossroads Village on red. Play the land. I think I mentioned this before. I probably should be playing 18 lands. Let's bounce the token. Little tempo. Katana. Beat down. This is actually an excellent hand. Next turn I can go Chocobo, get a land. That's an Ash. Okay. I'll block if, you know, if I'm allowed to. Now, actually, they can move the White Mage's Staff onto the Ash, which would be pretty cool. But they didn't. Oh, it's a Slash of Light. Like, why would you play that first, right? It makes no sense to play that first. Okay, unless you just, like, are happy with the trade. Because, look, they could have even played the Dark Knight's Greatsword. I mean, whatever. This is all fine. Right, Namazu Trader, okay. Okay, well, we're kind of out of action here. I guess we'll just keep up Light of Judgment / eject. Like, I think I'm more interested in dealing with the Greatsword. I'm not sure, though. Just because it's a free... they get to move things around for free. Alright. Sorceress's Schemes. Okay. I think I'm just calling Mountain Chocobos, though. Just get another creature in play. And then next... I do have Ice Magic and Light of Judgment as options. So Sorcerer's Schemes just makes it so that it's really hard to run out of things to do. Final days. Sure. Warrior Sword is the draw. That's not bad. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so I am interested in casting Sorceress's Schemes. It puts the card into my hand. I guess we'll just let this trade happen for now. Let's get back Ice Magic. Play Warrior Sword. I mean, Light of Judgment's also interesting. I just don't know that they're in a position to, like, move their equipment around and for me to try to get a little extra value there. All right, Hectize is the play from the opponent. We'll pitch a land. White Mage's... How many White Mage's Staff? Jeez. Okay. I mean, given our hand, like... Okay. Okay, so let's eject this. And Ice Magic this. Alright. Yeah, okay. Lots of good interaction from us. Lots of token stuff. Like, if they had infinite mana and all the time in the world, they can move around a bunch of stuff. But we were able to just get them with... I mean, Sorcerer's Schemes, like flashback cards, a lot of value. At 5 wins, cannot complain. Cannot complain that we are here with 5 wins. I mean, we were 4-0, but we lost to a sick Dimir control deck and the best fire magic in the history of Final Fantasy Limited. So there you are. Like, legitimately a 5-for-1 or a 6-for-1. I don't remember what it was. So sick. I guess I wish I had the counterspell. All right, on the play here, this hand's looking quite nice for being on the play. Let's lead with this. Rabinastra. Blazing Bomb is the play from the opponent. Blitzball is for us. I'm going to name blue here with Crossroads Village, and then I can play out the Vaughn next turn. They could have Thunder Magic, though, so now that gives me a little bit of pause, and it makes me think the Wyvern might be the better play here. Also, if they have they could have Syncopate, obviously. Yeah. So, don't mind that I did that. They played a second bomb. Okay, well, they can't Syncopate this one. So I guess we'll play it. I mean, if they play a 4-mana spell next turn, they can just sack one of the bombs to kill it, so... certainly don't feel like I'm extremely ahead at all. In fact, I mean, excellent start, by the way, for my opponent. Like, look at this start. They went Blazing Bomb, counter your thing, Blazing Bomb, card draw spell into 4-drop. Like, it doesn't get too much better than that. Like, their 1-drops are 2... Oh, and they're attacking me. Wow. And the thing is, my Tella is just going to stink here. I was really hoping that that didn't happen. Because now the Blazing Bombs can kill my Tella, too. This is like an absolute disaster. Never have I been wrecked by a Blazing Bomb as much as right now. Holy cow. So let's see. If I play Blitzball this turn, that gives me access to... I'm going to have 6 lands in play next turn. 6, 7, 8 mana. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I won't even be able to play Tella into another spell. Alright, sure. I'm just going to play it. I mean, the reason why I'm playing it, I'm literally saying, please kill it. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, please kill it. But not with a Thunder Magic. Okay, well, this is... Yeah. I mean, this is when, like... This is just... And the thing is, like... Blue-red, you can have success with blue-red. Even with, like, if you get the Blazing Bombs and just, like, all the good commons, like, this is just, I'm just getting commoned out. And props to my opponent for pulling it off, you know what I mean? All right, I guess Absolute Virtue is like an out. Yep. Absolute Virtue. Absolute Virtue, or eject into something. Sahagin does not get it done. All right, good beats. Just a really solid blue-red spell start. Blazing Bombs into 4-drops and counter spells. Just everything on curve. And sadly, our somewhat clunky Jeskai deck did not get it done. But you know what? It's a different look. Honestly, starting things off with 4 wins in a row here. Pretty happy about that. Like I said before, I probably should be playing an extra land here. Or at the very least, I should play like a Hill Gigas over something else. Just to make sure that I hit my land drops. But outside of that, you know, like honestly, considering the fact that this didn't feel like it was necessarily the smoothest draft, being able to recover and get 5 wins to net your gems is a totally fine spot to be. Absolute Virtue got us 1 win. It could have gotten us... Yeah, it got us 1 win. We drew it a couple times. And, you know, certainly like in decks like this where you just need some way to kind of close out the game because we don't have a ton of top-end win conditions, it's fine. Like, it's going to die, you know, a third of the time. But in the games that it doesn't, you just straight up win the game. So, like I said, again, I don't advocate for just jamming this in any deck, but we did have a Blitzball, Call the Mountain Chocobo, Regalia, ways to make treasures with Argentum and Vaughn, and then also Memories Returning. Like, we had enough ways that I thought it was realistic for us to get to the Virtue, and so that's why I decided to put it into my deck. But outside of that, it's like, we had, you know, double Katana, which is always just a good card. We certainly had our fair share of reasonable cards, but like my deck was just a little bit too clunky. You know, Light of Judgment obviously is on the clunkier side. A lot of 4s, but all in all, and Ice Magic as well is like 4-drop a lot of the time. So if I had like a couple of more Sahagins or Scorpion Sentinels or whatever, this would have looked a little bit better. I still don't know that I would have beaten the decks that I specifically lost to. We lost in a very spectacular fashion, and I'm still going to remember that. Thank you, opponent, for searing that memory into me forever. And all in all, we still had a lot of fun games. We had a game where we got to go nuts with Tella. We had Virtue. There was a tempo game. We won in a lot of different ways, and we also lost in a lot of different ways. But I mean, that's a beautiful thing about this format. There's just a lot of cool things you can do, and I'm actually a little bit sad. Like, I really think this is a good limited format, and I'm sad that we're going to be moving on pretty soon. So, Edge of Eternities, you have big shoes to fill. So be prepared, because it's going to be tough. I think Final Fantasy is a very solid set. We'll see what happens. But you know what? Can't go back-to-back. We went 5 wins, trophy, 5 wins. That is still a very good win rate, right? We're up a bunch of gems. We're still winning. We're just not getting those trophies. So 5-3, 7-0, 5-3. That means tomorrow you got to lock into 7-0. But we'll see. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Also, check out TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of Final Fantasy, or you wanted some singles for your constructed decks or for your card collection, TCGplayer.com is absolutely the place to go. Make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, check out HeavyPlay.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles. For all your Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories needs. If you need deck boxes, dice boxes, playmats, sleeves, all that good stuff to make sure you are fully ready to go for your next tabletop gaming experience, HeavyPlay.com is the place to go. Go to HeavyPlay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.